going on, y'all? Maddad is back in this Mad Den. Here to talk about Week 2 picks. Yes, we are here to give our football predictions. We missed last week. I know we had the Madpicks last year. So thank y'all for watching me, and I hope you're having a great day. If you're here for a Madden stuff, sorry, it's just picks today, guys. But if you want to stick around, hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on. You'll still get all my madness from Madden 21 and some NFL picks every now and then. So thank y'all for watching me. And again, I hope you're all having a great day. So I know I missed my picks here last week on here. I did my picks. I do have a league I follow, which I do in. And I did get 9 wins, 9 of the 16 games last week. So I didn't do that well last week. So you never know week 1 what's going to happen. You know, so it's just kind of, a lot of those were just, coin tosses that I did made on picks. So this week, I think we'll be able to make a little bit more educated guesses when we go into looking at these games. So 9 wins so far. Let's see if we can kind of keep track this year of how good we do. So let's go ahead and dive right into these games here, as I kind of have them pulled up here on this side. Oh, thank you, NFL.com. But we'll start with, let's go in order for the games here for week 2. The Giants and the Bears. Now, Bears started off really slow last week, like the Redskins did. Came back and beat Detroit, which Detroit, DeAndre Swift dropped a very simple pass in the end zone. So hats off, dude. Get back up. Don't let it get you down. The Giants kind of got decimated over there by the Steelers. The Steelers looked great. I mean, to be able to hold Saquon Barkley to less yards. I think Big Ben had more rushing yards than Saquon Barkley last week. So no telling which is the true tale. I think the Bears defense is going to be a lot like the Steelers defense was, and they're going to really hold Saquon Barkley and force Daniel Jones in uncomfortable passing situations. And then Khalil Mack is going to, run shop on there. So I do predict the Bears will win that one. Falcons and the Cowboys. The Falcons got beat pretty handsomely, easily by only the Russell Wilson, who I think is his year, and the Seattle Seahawks. The Cowboys, on the other hand, had a little rough shot with the Rams, and had some questionable decisions there on that. Going for it on 4th when you're down by 3, when you're in field goal range. I don't know, but anyway, they are playing in Dallas. It's going to be hard for me to think of them starting 0-2. What that's going to do to that town, with that city. But same thing with Atlanta. You're bringing in Todd Gurley. You got Julio. He's had a little bit of injury problems, but I think he's going to be good to go. Calvin Ridley had a big week last week. So did Matt Ryan. Let's see. I think they get their offense. I don't think the Cowboys' offense is going to be able to keep up with the Falcons' offense. That's basically where I think it breaks down to. So I'm going to give the Falcons the win on this one. The Lions and the Packers. Talked about what happened in that Lions game, earlier with the Bears. Packers just, Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers destroyed that Viking secondary, that Viking young secondary nonetheless. But the Lions are a little bit different in their secondary too. They don't have Darius Slay no more. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Packers at home to keep this going. I think Aaron Rodgers I think he feels disrespected. I think he was disrespected in fantasy drafts. I got him as my backup behind Patrick Mahomes. And he outscored him last week. He outscored Patrick Mahomes last week. So I think Aaron Rodgers has how he plays with a chip on his shoulder. And he's healthy this year, and so is Devontae Adams, so look out. Vikings at the Colts. Just talked about those Vikings and what happened with them and the Packers last week. So, and the Colts, who played a, really tight game last week. We thought they probably should have came out with the victory there. But, who was it they played last week again? My mind's slipping. Was it the Bengals? No, that was the Chargers. The Colts played last week Jacksonville. That's right, Jacksonville ended up beating them in the end. Sorry about that. A lot of games, a lot of stuff in this mind. But the Colts, they lost Marlon Mack, I believe, for the season, so it's going to fall into Jonathan Taylor to really tank the tote the tank, whatever you want to say there. Be the bell cow, because we know Nyheim Hines is just more of a pass catching back out of the backfield. So that's going to be an interesting game, probably a close game, but I like the Vikings probably to bounce back and win this one on the road. Kirk Cousins, Adam Thielen, I think they got too many weapons. Dolphins and the Bills. The Dolphins had a rough, go of it playing with those Patriots last week. I still think they have a lot to do. They're still in a really early development of turning that team around. The Bills are a little bit further ahead in that process. I think Josh Allen had a great week last week. They came out. I think that was the only game that was a blowout right away last week. It was them beating the Jets pretty handsomely. So I think they do the same thing this week. 49ers and the Jets, the team I just talked about. So I think the 49ers came off a rough loss. I think George Kittle's not playing either. I don't think they're going to need him though. I think they'll be able to hold the Le'Veon Bell-less New York Jets, as he's on injured reserve as well. So these Jets have some problems, man, and I think the 49ers are just going to make it worse. I like the 49ers in this one. The Rams and the Eagles. Eagles got that decimated line. The Rams pounded it with my boy Malcolm Brown last week. I expect a lot of the same. Their defensive line got pounded up last week too. I think the Rams have a little bit more explosion on offense than the Washington team does. So I think they're going to take bigger advantage of that. Even though they're on the road, there's no fans in Philly. So I think the Rams win that one. Broncos and the Steelers. The Steelers looked very great on Monday night against the Giants. I think Big Ben is back. He's slimmer. He's cool. He's hip. Sorry about that. But I'm talking a lot, as I always do. But yes, Big Ben looked cool and hip. He's back. That defense looked extraordinary. I think they're definitely going to give that young Drew Lock, who they looked like they're still not. They need a couple more games to get it together. Still don't have that wide receiver situation figured out. I like, good tight ends, but I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with the Steelers, and that defense is going to shut down that run. So I like the Steelers at home. Panthers and the Buccaneers. The Panthers and the Buccaneers. So Tom Brady, had the game in New Orleans last week. I think, he's not gonna start off 0-2. I don't think he ever has. Panthers, is a shootout with the Raiders. I don't know how good the Raiders really are, so it really didn't show how good the Panthers really are. I like Tom Brady to come back and not lose 2 games in a row. I think I think this team has got all the talent in the world, and they're going to show it this week. I think this is where they really pick it up right here. Tampa Bay at home. Jaguars and the Titans. I think the Jaguars had a very, great showing last week. They had a lot. I feel like they put a lot into that first game. Everyone's calling them tank teams. They went out there and did everything they could to go out there and win. Gardner Minshew had a great game last week. I expect these Titans defense to give him a little bit more trouble than the Colts defense, and I expect Derrick Henry just to run all over him. So it's going to be the Titans at home. The Washington football team and the Cardinals. I'm going to pick with my heart and my head Washington football team. I think that defense, and the same thing with the happened with the Jaguars is going to happen with the Cardinals. They put everything into that game last week. We're going to have a little bit of hangover after playing a team like the 49ers. I think our defensive line just got more confident. I think our offense got more confident as the game went on. I think we ride that momentum and shock the world in Arizona. Ravens at the Texans. I think this Ravens team looks extraordinary. I think they're going to bulldoze Deshaun Watson. I think he's the only one still out there. He needs help on offense. He needs some help on offense. David Johnson did better last week, but they need at least one other person they can rely on. I like the Ravens on the road. Chiefs and the Chargers. Kansas City looked phenomenal against the Texans. The Chargers looked lackluster against the Bengals. They actually got lucky. Randy Bullock missed that field goal. I like the Chiefs on the road against the Chargers. Patriots and Seahawks. As I said earlier, I do believe it's Russell Wilson's year. The Patriots, we're going to find out how good they really are, though, as they have a true measuring stick here in the Seahawks. But I think the Seahawks just have too much going for them. I like the Seahawks at home. Saints at the Raiders, Monday Night Football. Again, like I said earlier, I don't know how good the Raiders are. We saw how good the Saints were against a team like the Buccaneers, have all that talent. I like the Saints on the road there. And those are our mad picks for this week. I will not do a show before Thursday, so we're going to jump ahead and give our pick for this week's Thursday game, which is the Dolphins at the Jaguars. And again, I think the Jaguars have a lot more going on than the Dolphins. So we'll go ahead and take the Jaguars in that one as well, just looking ahead. And there you have it, guys. Those are the mad picks for week 2. You can bank on them. The Mad Dad does not get them wrong. Sometimes. I'm 100% right 60% of the time. You guys have a great day. Mad Dad is out. Peace.